Kemper Profiler Tones and Talks. Hope you're all well. I also hope Mr. Thomas Dill is all well today. Hello, Thomas. How are you?
Thomas Dill is not ill. He is well and feels fine.
Awesome. The subject for today is the looper with, please help me, it's upgrade level 2 or upgrade level 3 that you have access to the profiler's looper function. Okay, it's level 3. And Thomas spent some time with that and tells us all about the looper and its usage with the profiler player, because you have to configure things and you have to set some parameters if you are either coming from the big profilers or are new to the Kemper world. After this show, you will know how to set up the looper and how to use it properly. Just let us know, how did you set it up and how do you control the looper now? How does that work?
First thing is why using a looper?
Okay, yeah, sure.
So let's start from the beginning. Many people think about, okay, looper, these great looper artists, Ed Sheeran, and some really nice other guys. They're creating great music, but you can use a looper for different things. So especially for practicing, if you like to play some test some solos, or like to use or train your skills and the pentatonic, the major modes and everything. And it's nice to have that with some chords in the backing, so you can create with a looper. Excuse me. You can create with a looper some kind of chord backings and everything, and try stuff at home with this thing. And another, so this is the second subject. First subject is live performance. Second subject is just having a jam partner. And the third subject is that's what I use sometimes, the looper, is when I'm editing sounds and pre-listening sounds. And you can use that very, very good. So just play some riff or your part that you want to play. And then, step through all the profiles that you have, edit them and adjust them. It's really fast, much faster than playing by yourself and editing. So, okay, let's dive in. Tom, do you have something to add?
No.
Another option to use the looper?
No, just go.
Okay.
I fully agree.
And, there is one option. Sound check. At a sound check, if you like to hear how your guitar sounds on stage or in the crowd, play a loop, go to the sound engineer and listen to your sound on stage from the PA. So there's also a good function for the looper. Now let's go to the looper.
Oh yeah, and if you have your USB stuff connected and you're not too far away from the machine, you can even switch the rigs and
you can switch the rigs
be
and,
the most
edit.
annoying guitar player for the FOH guy. But listen here, the clean sound, it's not loud enough.
Yes, of course. So 2 hours looper, always the same riff. Great.
Yeah.
And you're fired from the gig. Okay, here we are with the rig manager. For using the looper, we need 2 switches. And the easiest thing is to use foot switch 1 and foot switch 2 at the looper. And here's the menu for all the functions. And if you scroll all the way down, you have looper start record and looper stop. So switch 1 is looper start record and switch 2 is for looper stop. So now we're going to the player. And as you can see, switch 2, no LED, and switch 1 is white and green. And now when I'm starting recording the loop, I press switch 1. If I press it again, it creates the end of, it sets the end point of the loop and starts again. And when I press it also again, it starts with the overdub mode. And when I'm recording, this LED is turned red. And when it's playback, it's green. So now I'm just starting recording a loop. It's heavy to create a loop when you don't have it on your foot. So
Sure.
I'm starting with a finger. So excuse me.
Sure, sure.
So starting recording. And overdub. And here's the loop. And you can see if there's just one recording, on the second switch, there's only this LED lighting. And then if there's a loop, a recording, and overdub, both are lighting. And now I can change to the next rig and jam a little bit. So this is typical for, practicing recording. My setup is here, starting the loop, stop the loop, and then next rig. So I can choose to the next, go to the next rig. And if I like to do some more overdubs, I press again this switch while the loop is playing. And when I like to erase the loop, then just press the foot switch 3 times, or it wasn't the first time switched off on when I stopped the loop. So now there's no loop. It's gone, it's erased. So next thing that you need to know is the looper position. So here are all the setups for the looper in this menu here. So we have looper location. It's located at output, and the looper volume, you can also turn the loop a little bit down, and it was at 0 dB is the factory setting. And when you have the looper at output, then you can create a loop with some sound settings, go to the next rig, have another sound, so the sound in the loop doesn't change. You record all your effects when the looper is set, located at output. This is normally great for loop performance and for practicing. So you can use a clean backing track or create a clean backing track and play some solos with some overdrive sounds, the typical stuff for late night jamming. And another thing is to have the looper located at the input. This is great for pre-listening sounds. So now it's located here, and you record something, and always when you change your rig, the sound changes. So let's do that. this is the typical 2-hour sound check. So you record something. So, okay, now you can choose the next rig. So this is great to pre-listen which rigs you like to have or like to use, and also for editing. So it's really great to have for longer editing sessions and to check your sounds, to choose your profiles, to pre-listen for some things that you need. You're smiling?
Yeah, of course. Because I thought, okay, do you know what the maximum looper length is?
Oh, not really. I think 2-3 minutes.
Okay, so you could, play a bunch of riffs and, some funky stuff and clean parts, and then you can hit play, and then you could go to the FOH guy with your iPhone and check various settings, and then wait. In bar 32, I start to play some funky licks, and then we can check some clean sounds. And so maybe that would be something for the 1st of April.
But something what I really do is work with the volume knob. So we have this one here. Wait, checking that. If I would like to find out which amp reacts better to the volume knob on the guitar, so just play two short riffs with 2 volume settings on your guitar, and then you can really sort out which amp is good for that part or for that guitar and which not. And yeah, it's a time saver, definitely, when you're searching for some rigs.
Yeah, sure, of
Or
course.
when you're editing rigs for particular sounds, particular parts of your songs, then just record the part in the looper and then edit and fine tune. You're really faster than playing, editing.
Yes, absolutely. And the good thing is, you could indeed then listen to the sound check with the entire band and stuff like that. And if you don't have a wireless thing going on. And by the way, as we were just joking about this in serious now, all these things, of course, I think you can see that, do work, can be controlled and set from the iOS app as well. So when you're away from the computer and you just want to, I don't know, wherever you're sitting, you would just want to activate the looper and assign the switches. You can very conveniently do this. So all the parameters are available here as well. And that works pretty nicely. So that brings me to the point that maybe we should have a look at the iOS app at some point soon as well.
Yes.
Because I found some things I wasn't aware of just by coincidence. That you can now move your rigs in the banks as well. So this was a quiet add-on feature-wise. That's very convenient, but let's have a look at it in detail another time. So I don't want to digress here too much. Yeah.
Okay. Next thing is if you don't like to, let's say somebody has the player as the small standalone thing for gigs and yeah, gigs, live shows, and rehearsals. And for practicing at home, you would like to use a looper and you don't like to, yeah, modify the switches on the looper. So you can set all that in your normal way. So let's say switch 1 for previous rig and switch 3 for next rig, and foot switch 1 for with a foot switch 2 for effect button 1. Yeah, effect button 1. And you just need an optional switch. So like this, like the Kemper switch, a two-way switch for, so you can assign A for looper play and recording, and looper stop and erasing the switch B. And I will show you now how to do that. So going back to the looper, to the player looper, and yeah, here's the switch. Wait, going. It's both. So it's connected to the expression pedal socket. Okay. So now with the rig manager, you go to the system setting and you go to the foot switches. So we have foot switch 1, rig previous, foot switch 2, effect button 1. So this is the factory setting. And we have a pedal, not a pedal, a switch. Hold on, here we are, profiler switch. And then we can assign A and B, and I have already assigned that. A is not looper stop, A is looper start, and B is looper stop. So that means when I go back to the profiler, here we start the loop and record the loop, do overdubs, and with B we stop and erase the loop. So this is quite nice for practicing, and here you can switch your sounds like you're used to do on stage or everywhere you're playing. What's not that good with that switch, but I think so. I feel it's okay, especially for practicing. You don't have some lights here. So the other one had lights, the red light when it's recording, and the other lights, two lights when it's overdub recorded, and just one loop recorded with one LED. You don't have that here at the profiler switch, but I think for practicing it's totally okay. What do you think, Tom?
Yes, of course. That's quite nice because then you can, check some tones and compare and stuff like that. So that's very, very convenient. And there are also some other smaller switches. And I think there are some which have LEDs as well, but I don't know if they would show the various states of the. Okay, yeah, these, of course, as well. uh, so the status of, if you're in recording or if you're in playback, I don't know if that works. That's something we would have to investigate for you guys as well. And as you saw, and you just saw it, Thomas got himself some chocolate.
Yes, I bought some chocolate. Yeah,
And yeah, and we will have a look. Well, Thomas will check it out and see how this can be configured and how it would work with the player and what the concepts would and could be. So that would be something for one of the next episodes,
yeah.
I'm sure.
Just to show you, it's the what is called M-Wave. M-Wave, yes, M-Wave chocolate switch. It's a really, I can say cheap switcher, MIDI switcher, connected via USB, and it has an expression pedal output too. So yeah, I will take some seconds and some quality time with that one, but it works. So first of all, I just checked it only connecting, and it switches the rigs in 4-slot menu or 4 menus. So yeah, it works, but it can be modified, and I need to learn it.
Okay.
So
Yeah, cool.
be
Yeah, look,
patient. Be patient
yeah,
with
looking
me.
forward to this because that adds, oops, more degrees of freedom as well. So pretty interesting. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So if that's it for the moment,
Yeah, so summary of all the looper stuff is what foot switches you like to use for the looper. You need 2 foot switches. You can do that with an extra pedal. You can do that directly on the player, and you can yeah, choose input for yeah, best used for pre-listening and editing, output for practicing and yeah, live performance, the mode. And you can yeah, adjust the volume of the loop. But it's, I think it's fine for looper at volume 0. You can play with the dynamics to create that loop. So when I was trying the looper, I had it always at 0 dB, so maximum.
yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, thanks a lot as always, and try this at home and come up with new stuff conveniently. Try some weird chord combinations and try to find the scale for that. For example,
And of course, harmony lead parts.
yes, and try to play a loop and leave your rehearsal room and try to switch the rigs from outside to find out how far the direct connection works with your phone, because yeah, sometimes the saw needs to saw in a way. Just for the fun of it, yeah, and then back to serious work. Okay, Thomas, thank you again so much, and see you next time. Bye.
Bye.